Hello everybody and welcome to Storytime with Auntie Vina. How are you? Today's book is This is the Rope, a story from the Great Migration. And it's a National Book Award winner, Jacqueline Woodson's book, and illustrated by James Ransom. Let's find out about this rope. Oh, I saw this dedication and I really liked it. This book is dedicated to the more than 6 million African Americans who left the unjust conditions of the South for a better life in the North from the early 1900s until the 1970s. My mother and grandmother were among them. I thank you all for your courage and for making a way out of no way. You can talk to your parents or your grandparents and find out what amazing things that they have to go through in their lifetime and see if you can make a story out of their history. And then you would have learned even more about them, just like we're going to find out today. I think here is our first introduction to the rope, and this little girl is jumping it. Let's find out what's going to happen. This is the rope my grandmother found beneath an old tree a long time ago, back home in South Carolina. This is the rope my grandmother skipped under the shade of a sweet-smelling pine. So this is a pine tree, and this nice big old house is their house in South Carolina, which is in Southern America. Or I think they call it the Deep South. This is the rope my grandfather used to tie the few things they owned to the top of a car that drove my grandmother, who was a mother now, from South Carolina all the long way to a place called New York City. Oh, it's sad saying goodbye, isn't it, sometimes, especially when you don't really know when you'll see each other again. And look at all their suitcases, but importantly, there is the rope holding it all down and together, helping people go to a new life. This is the rope my grandmother held tight to as my grandfather drove real slow past the people and big city buildings that seemed to go on and on. Look at all of the busyness and all the people compared to... Look how quiet that is. Look at all the land and all the quiet and hardly anybody around. And now you're in a whole new place with lots and lots of people, and you're holding on to the rope of your car to make sure you don't lose your bags. How much difference is that? This is the rope my grandmother used to dry the sweet-smelling flowers she grew in small window boxes, reminding her of the flowers back home, where the land, she said, went on and on. Oh, look, big baby's getting bigger. And here is the rope. So if you get flowers and you hang them upside down, they dry, but very often they keep their smell. So then you have these lovely dried flowers and lovely smell coming out of them. This is the rope my grandfather strung so that my mama's diapers could blow dry in the hot city breeze. Diapers, or they're like towels or nappies, we call them sometimes in the UK. And they're like little towels, and when you finished you wash them and hang them up to dry. Not like the ones we throw away. These ones are better for the environment. But they're enjoying their yummy breakfast, I think. And this is the rope my mama tied around a small ducky's neck, then pulled it along singing quack, quack, quack. She's got big. Can you see how much she's grown with her little toy? Aww. This is the rope my mama held out to the girls on the block, her new Brooklyn block, a home of their own that they finally owned. Mama asked shyly, "Anybody want to play?" Oh, it can be quite scary when you're the new person, can't it? And these girls, their faces don't look so very friendly. But let's see what happens. Are you friendly when somebody new asks you to play? I hope so. It's very brave. This is the rope my mama first tripped on as she sang with her new friends. Miss Lucy had a baby. She named him Tiny Tim. I just made that up. You can make your own tune up. But it's a beat to go with the skipping. Let's see. This is the rope Mama's brothers took from her room for some crazy game that little boys play. I wonder what this crazy game is. Can you see them running away? I don't think they asked first, which is why they're running away with the rope. This is the rope my mama found again 10 years later when my grandfather said, we need a bit of rope to tie these things down inside this here car, like that rope we used to have from back home. Then he drove with my mama off to a college far away from the city, while up at the window, my grandmother waved. Oh, packing up again, but this time it's a whole new generation going off to college. Very different life from her parents. This is the rope my mama placed on the piano around family photos and me, just a baby, and then a bit bigger, already reaching for it. This is the rope my daddy used when he showed me the way to tie a sailor's knot, 2 times around and pull it real tight. You want whatever you make or do in your life, my daddy said, to last. This rope has lasted a very long time. But that's nice because it kind of brings everybody together along the life and line of the rope. That's quite nice, isn't it? Was that too fast? Have a look at the family pictures. You can see babies and you can see people growing up. Have you got lots of family photos around to go and have a look at? This is the rope my mama turned as she waved to my daddy and taught me to sing the Miss Lucy song out on our sidewalk, right here in Brooklyn, just last Friday night. See the rope? That rope has lasted a long time. This is the rope that held up the sign saying, we are all family, at our picnic reunion in the big park up the street from our home. Oh, that looks like a lot of fun on a lovely day. Lots of people, lots of food, and lots of fun. This is the rope, threadbare and graying, that I traded with Grandma for a brand new one. Then I jumped a new jump. B, my name is Patrice. I come from Brooklyn. As my family smiled proudly and the sun began setting, as Grandma held onto her rope from back home. So a whole new journey with this rope is about to start with B for Patrice. And her long ago memory of sweet smelling pine. And then we're back at the beginning, remembering Nana when she was a little girl, jumping under her sweet smelling pine tree with her rope. Isn't that beautiful? I love how the rope is used to connect them from Grandma all the way to Patrice. And then we get to see all the things that happened along the way. I think history is a little bit of a theme that we're having, isn't it? So don't forget to go and ask some nice stories to your parents, guardians, any older people, and ask them what was it like when they were children, and see what's different and what's the same as what you're experiencing right now. Thank you so much for joining me today at Storytime with Auntie Vina. Please look in the description box below for information about the Owl Bookshop and how to get books for yourself and how to stay connected with Storytime with Auntie Vina. Until next time, have a really good week and take care. Bye for now.